Yo, people, what's going on? Back again. Footy Talk settings. Lewis, what you telling me, my bro?
I'm all good. I'm all good. Prayers up to Christopher and Cuckoo, and big up to Elon Musk as well. Now I'm getting paid to sound the Havertz and Mount weekly. Love to see it.
Why? What's happening with Elon Musk?
What is it? Twitter Blue. Because with Twitter Blue, you can now monetize your tweets, and I think they can run ads on it. I'm getting a fat bag off Twitter. So yeah, big up to Elon Musk, man. That's another little cheat code. That's another little side hustle. We're cooking. We're cooking.
Nah, but I'm not paying monthly to go back on Twitter to make money.
Hey, it's worth it. It's worth it.
I don't know, innit?
£11 a month to see what's coming into my bank account at the end of this month. Cool. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Listen, I don't want to talk about finances on here. You know them ones, like, you know what I mean? I know it's not the YouTube bag, and I know it's definitely not the Twitch bag either. So I don't know. We'll see, innit? We'll have a look. Do you know what I mean? I'll speak to Dave, because Dave knows what my accounts are looking like, and they're looking extremely healthy. So we need to see, innit, if it's worth going back on Twitter to light up these idiots. Do you know what I'm saying? See if it's worth it. Do you know what I mean? But the people on Twitter are mentally challenged, and I don't really like to be in the vicinity of those people. Do you know what I mean? So
I'm not people complaining about kit numbers now.
You see what I mean? So I don't know if it's worth going back on Twitter. Do you know what I mean? And the funny thing is, yeah, it's like on principle, yeah, because I had a blue tick before and they took it from me, I don't want to pay for one, innit? Like that's just what it is.
That makes sense.
I just don't want to pay for one because they took mine away from me that I earned from actually being me, bruv. Do you know what I mean? And these pussies.
I'm just gonna say the payoff, it might be worth it for you. It might be worth it for you.
All right, I'll have a look. Do you know what I mean? Because my tweets do bang. So
that's it. If you got a big account, that's a cheat code. It's a straight cheat code.
So yeah, I'll have a look. If it's worth it, do you know what I mean? Then I might go back there. You know what I mean? If it's worth it. Do you know what I mean? If it makes sense, innit?
Cool, so, cool. Yeah. But yeah, that shit's looking long. I'm hearing 3 to 4 months that guy's gonna be out.
What was it? What is it? MCL or something?
Yeah, I think it's an MCL injury. They didn't really specify the type. It's frustrating because it was just a freak tackle, and I don't know if it was the collision with the player or him hitting the ground. First off, it's not the pitch. The pitch was atrocious, and there was a risk that was being run playing on that pitch, but that injury isn't the fault of the pitch. He just collides with Mats Hummels, and it is what it is. What are you going to do about it? It's annoying. It's obviously not ideal, but shit happens in football. Players get hurt. We just got to now assess, and we got to bring in a number 10 now, because I am not going into the season with 4 months of Galadog in the 10. Chukwuemeka, I'll give him a run out. Matson, I'll give him a run out. But
what do you think that the Kudus thing can be back on now?
I think Kudus is the only realistic one. Apparently, Poch doesn't want Neymar. Apparently, he doesn't want João Felix, and he doesn't want Cherki. Elise is out till October, so that doesn't really make a lot of sense. So it's only really Kudus, but you can't touch him until Caicedo's done. Otherwise, Brighton aren't going to sell. They're going to be even more stingy.
Yeah, real talk. That's the thing. And they said that they've got terms agreed with Kudus. And
not yet. Not yet. He hasn't agreed personal terms with anybody yet, but they have a verbal agreement with Ajax on a transfer fee. So you kind of know where the value is.
So the agreement is with the club and not the player. I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah, no. It was reported, but then they took that back like an hour or two after. They said it's not necessarily been done yet. So it's only just terms of Ajax agreed. That's it. Chelsea haven't got anything agreed. Arsenal haven't got anything agreed. But I think Kudus is still waiting to hear all 3 options. So that one's going to keep developing. But it seems like the only realistic move for us. Either that or you're going to throw a player onto Poch that he doesn't want. Sure. Because reports are saying no to Neymar because of work rate, no to Felix because of work rate, and same thing with Cherki. So I'm guessing whoever he wants a main presser. I do feel, I won't lie, it's a little bit annoying that we're saying no to those names solely because of the lack of work rate, but you can't say
listen, the manager's got an idea of how he wants to play. And I think that you have to back him completely. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. He's only been here a couple months. We can't start questioning his decisions already. If you don't want him, it's like, okay, but cool. I'm willing to blindly follow you for now and see where it takes us, because I've got no reason to start questioning you this early into the jobs. If you want to go for somebody else over those options, fine, but we need to get that position filled. And it's an even bigger emergency for us now with the Nkunku injury, because all the other options there haven't got the experience or haven't got the ability.
Very true. Very, very true, man. But I don't know. We'll see, innit? We'll see. I think that Chelsea's business is far from done. I think you'll still bring in a couple more players. Obviously, there's rumors
Four more's gonna come in.
Yeah, there's rumors of Vlahovic and Lukaku swap. I thought that was dead, but it seems like it's not. Which will be interesting. And then I think, yeah, like you said, the Kudus thing's weird because it's like you're still trying to get Caicedo. And if you take Caicedo and him, then boy, I don't know, Brighton might turn up at your house, blood. Like it might be a mad thing. So
that's it.
It's gonna be
we have the opportunity to do something really funny if we time it right. Caicedo has to be a Chelsea player before you move for Kudus.
Yeah.
That's if you get him through, fuck it. Hijack that deal. Fuck Brighton. They've been holding up our entire summer. They can hold that.
They literally have.
You need to be smart about it. And to be fair, he might even still choose Arsenal at the end of the day. That whole UCL thing plays a really big factor.
I don't think Arsenal are in for him like that, to be honest. I don't think he's got options like that. That's the reason why.
I heard Arsenal were very interested too, but I think they need to sell players first.
Boy,
might work.
The fact that man's chatting to Brighton, that tells me that Arsenal ain't in for him like that. I'll be honest, because he's been linked to Man United, and I said it at the time. I said that I think his agent is just putting his name out there to see who nibbles. I don't think he's got any offers, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That's it. He's saying he wants Arsenal. I think he wants Arsenal. He wants Man United. He wants someone that's bigger than Brighton. But I don't think that these clubs want him. I think it's very much one way. I think he's trying to get somebody to take an interest, and he's kind of whoring himself out. That's what I think. I genuinely think that Brighton is the only team here that have a concrete interest in bringing him in.
I don't know, because with us, Kudus feels like it makes the most sense.
Come on, man. Just because it makes sense, that don't mean that it's going to happen.
No, I'd get Elise if it weren't for the injury issues. Because now, like, what's the point of bringing in Elise when he's going to be out for 2 months? And we've already got a guy that's out for 4 months. Cherky, the whole work rate argument. Felix, Neymar, the same. So all eyes only point to Kudus, who were very close to agreeing personal terms with about a week ago or something like that. So I'd say Chelsea is still in for him as well. I think they've got vested interest in him. We're just sorting out Caicedo first, because it doesn't make sense to take Brighton's alleged replacement when you haven't even took the guy that they're trying to replace in the first place.
Yeah, facts. I mean, so no, it'd be interesting.
Yeah, this one's going to take another week or 2 to get through.
It'll be interesting
before we hear any other developments. But just get Caicedo in by the Liverpool game. What was that?
Yeah, and the season's starting next week. Well, this week. What am I talking about next week? Bro, it's all Tuesday, fam. So yeah,
this is why we need Caicedo in ASAP. The good thing is he's now finally starting to force it. He refused to play for Brighton their last friendly. It wasn't an injury. He actually was just refusing to play. He's not turning up to training anymore. I think this deal actually gets done this week. I know I've been saying that for ages, but now Caicedo's actually making moves to try and force this. Hopefully, it gets done in the next day or 2.
No, facts. You know what I'm saying? No, but yo, big up everyone inside, man. It's gonna be very, very interesting. Obviously, the news is that Poch has said no to Neymar. I don't know how credible that is, but it seems like that's the case. And if that's the case, it's weird, because I saw an article where they were insinuating that Poch was pretty much saying that he's got no control over the transfers at Chelsea, but then this completely contradicts that.
I think both are right. Poch doesn't really have like the final say or anything, but I do think that they're taking his word, and like it's got power behind it, but I don't know if it's got the final say. I could believe it, because it again goes with the whole João Felix and Cherky argument, where I feel like he just wants someone who's a much stronger presser off the ball. I would still bring in somebody of Neymar's
But
quality.
the thing is,
though.
Neymar does press though.
Yeah, he's one of those like smarter pressers, not consistent 90
he
minute
does
pressers.
press. Like, do you know what I mean? He's not like a headless chicken, but Neymar presses, and I'm sure I haven't seen them, but I'm sure the stats would actually back me up on that. Like, if you watch him, he does put pressure on the ball. Neymar, you don't see Neymar walking around the pitch ever. Like, do you know what I mean? So, I think the reputation that he gets for being a lazy player is very unjust because Neymar does cover a lot of ground. So I don't
But
know. I
that would
think
be
it's a
what's more
strange one.
confusing then, because Poch would know that. He's played with him.
Yeah.
So
That's what
maybe
I don't
it's
get.
just more of a fake article, and it's like they're just making stories up.
I think so.
Because
You know what I mean?
I'd hope so. Because if a player of Neymar's quality wants to join Chelsea, I'm paying for the flight personally. Guy walks into England and becomes the best forward, just like that.
Oh,
and I think that's a game-changing signing for Chelsea as well. I've always said, even if he doesn't press, I believe you can accommodate for a team for one player that doesn't press. When you get to 2 or 3, gets a little bit difficult, but you can accommodate for one player that doesn't really press like that. So, like, I'd hope it's not true. If it is, then let's just hope the other option is a good option for us. But a bit annoying if we don't want Neymar solely for that idea, especially with the fact that he's not like Messi or Mbappe, who's more likely to literally just walk around.
Just walk around the pitch. Neymar's not like that. Do you know what I mean? So it'll be very interesting.
I also think PSG would rather sell to us because us not being in Europe helps them out. Well, not helps them out, but it means we're no competition.
Yeah, you're not a threat. You're not selling to a direct rival.
That was the whole reason why they were linking us to Mbappe as well. It's like we're the best club that they could loan him to for a year because no Europe. Same energy occurs with Neymar. But I don't know. I've seen Chelsea are having talks with him, but it was overhyped a little bit. It was more like Neymar wants to leave. He's been talking with Barcelona, been talking with Chelsea. He's talking with a bunch of different clubs or his entourages. It doesn't mean Chelsea are front runners for him or anything. It's just we're a potential club he could be going to. See how it develops and everything. I would gladly take Neymar at Chelsea, but I feel like different reporters are saying 2 different things. It's the same thing with the Vlahovic saga. One reporter saying Poch isn't keen on him. Fabrizio saying he hasn't made his mind up. Another reporter saying he is keen on him. Just don't know who to fucking believe at the end of the day.
This is it, though. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's all nonsense, man. I don't think we can believe... I don't think we can believe most of these things if we're completely honest. One thing we know about the media is most of the time when there's nothing to talk about, they just start talking rubbish. So I wouldn't be surprised if the majority of this is speculation. I really wouldn't be surprised. Someone put in the chat, Neymar staying in PSG. I doubt it. Lewis, thoughts on Chelsea's link to Tyler Adams?
I'm fine with it. I think he's good depth personally. Injury record is a little bit concerning, but I'm not thinking of Tyler Adams as someone to start week in, week out, so I don't really care too much about the injury record. Plus, when you deep it, one of my panelists debunked this a couple of days ago. Big up to Andrew. He's had like, I think 3 injuries in 3 years or something like that. It's not really that deep when you really look at his injury record. So I'm fine with it. He gets the defensive side of, he's got the defensive side of the job on lock. Good work rate. I feel like he's somebody that you could bring off the bench and would be good for the last 20 minutes of a game. Cool. Welcome to Chelsea. Cheap price tag as well. 20 million release clause, relegation release clause. No problems with it. This guy's meant to come in with Caicedo. Caicedo, Enzo, Tyler Adams, Andre Santos, potentially Cassidy in a year's time. Happy with our midfield options. That's fine.
Fair. Can't argue with that. Yeah, I mean, big up everyone in the chat, man. Over 1,000 in here. Let's get up to 600 likes.
Run it up.
Mods,
run it up. People.
You already know what to do, man. Mods, you got to stay on top of it. You know, like that. The likes help the algorithm and help the channel to grow. So it's the easiest way to support the channel for free, people. No excuses. Do you know what I mean? So smash up the like. I big up my man for the super chat. He said Chelsea are done out here. Be hopeful all you want. What's your response to that, bro?
Way too early to judge. All we've got is one injury to Nkunku. And respectfully, like, Nkunku's had a good season in the preseason, but I'm not going to act like he's fucking wowed me or amazed me, like let's say Nicholas Jackson has, for example. And that's not even to put him down. It's like he's going to come good. He's going to develop more in the team when he comes back to fitness and everything like that. But as of now, I'm interested to just see how we play without him, because other players have impressed me in preseason too. Nicholas Jackson's looked amazing. Mudrik's looked amazing. Chukwuemeka's been another one that stood out. Ian Maatson looks brilliant in nearly every position we've played him in. Defensively, it's that other than the left side, I'm not really worried about anywhere else in the squad. You could say midfield, but Caicedo looks more and more likely by the day now. So it's just the left back. We are going to get a 10 in, regardless of whoever it's going to be. A 10 is going to come in. Probably going to get in another striker as well. We ain't finished. Not yet. You were finished last season. All of that energy is for last season. Fair enough. I was the first person to say we were finished. I said it even before the season started. We're not making top 4. Don't talk to me about top 4. We finished a point behind Spurs and 2 points behind Arsenal. And we weren't even trying for the last 3 months. So, like, now they've improved. Don't talk to me about top 4. Now I'm thinking, yeah, we can go for it. 1 game a week. As long as the veterans don't let us down, because it is the veterans that have been playing like shit, and they're the ones I got my eyes on. Other than that, like, I got nothing to be worried about. Nothing to be worried about at all.
That's fair. I big up Z for the super chat. So big up Lewis. Would you have Eze at Chelsea?
Yeah, I'll bring in Eze, but I don't think it's that realistic. Like, Elise links look concrete. Eze links I haven't heard a single thing about, but looks like a very good, technically sound player. I'd bring him in if we could, but it's not that realistic.
100%. Another super chat. Big up Rants and Lewis. I privately backed Mount signing, but after watching him versus Loans missing the open goal, he's a bum. We need Amrabat ASAP. I big up Dev. You know what? One thing I'll say, yeah, like it was a difficult chance. It was, you know, them ones, like anyone that's played football, it was actually a difficult chance. The ball's behind him and it's on his weaker foot. However, because he's Mason Mount, yeah, and how much he costs, and because he hasn't played well, it's gonna look so much worse, isn't it? That's unfortunately, that's just how it is. It was a hard chance, man. When you're running towards goal, do you know what I mean? Having played up front most of my life, when you're running towards goal and someone's playing the ball behind you and your momentum's taking you this way and the ball's going that way, especially with it being on your weaker foot as well, bro, your head's gone, blood. You don't know what you're doing. You're just trying to make some sort of contact on the ball, innit? And it looks bad because of how close he was to the goal, but it's not like, bruv, I've seen worse misses. Like, I've seen man put the ball over the crossbar, yeah, from underneath the crossbar, bro. Namely Lukaku and them, man. Them things are harder to miss. The Mason Mount one looks awful because it's Mason Mount, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? And it's one of them ones that miss is not why he's shit.
Number 7
yeah, 100%. Like, that miss is not the reason why he's shit. He's shit because of everything else. Do you know what I mean?
Was it another one of those games where he didn't have a lot of touches?
Bro, he done nothing, bro. Like,
that's why. That's why. Because you can't. If you're not having a lot of touches, you gotta be decisive with the ones that you have. And maybe you could say like it came to him in the wrong way. Like, I'll be real. I just saw the miss and I laughed personally. I didn't deep it too tough, but maybe that's the case when you look at it. But if you're not doing a lot on the ball, every touch is going to be under scrutiny. You have to make it count.
100%. And it's the falling over. And it's the falling over that made it worse. But you know what? When you're not playing well, like, bro, listen, every stick will be used to beat you with. Like, that is football. That is what the football Twitter and all these things, like, that made that more prominent. Every time you have a game where you're not playing well, there's a fail comp. There's something in it. There's always going to be something that's running, everything that's going to be pushed in the background. And with Mason Mount, it's like he's not playing well. And then on top of that, that happens. You know, like that. But imagine if there was a game where he scored a bracing and he was playing well, no one would be talking about that miss. Like, no one.
Hey, whenever you lot play Luton or the bottom 5 of the table, keep a lookout. That's when Mount will turn up. Luton at home, little hat-trick pending and all of that shit.
It's funny, you know, but the Mason Mount thing, I never really had too much faith in him. So, like, everything that's going on right now, it's not really showing me anything I didn't really know, if I'm being completely honest. As far as everyone's talking about this Greenwood video as well, and someone put this in my group chat, and it's the biggest bit of nonsense I've ever seen in my life. I don't know how.
Well, it just flipped up to fuck.
Bruv, listen, like, it's not even just the clips, bro. Let me tell you how you know it's a bullshit video, yeah. You see Alanga and all these guys in preseason, if they want to put videos out on social, yeah, these are man have got proper cameras. Do you know what I mean? It's close up, and they're usually doing it when they're sharp and they're fit. What that looks like to me is someone's filming it and Mason doesn't know. It could be at the end of the training session when he's already fucking tired. Like, do you know what I mean? And you could see some of the stuff he weren't even trying. He was just kicking the ball into the keeper's hands and stuff. He wasn't smashing it. He wasn't running at 100%. That could have been the end of the session where he was knackered and he was just fucking around, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Someone with the talent of Mason Greenwood, yeah, you do not lose talent, bro. I'm telling you this. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so what you're seeing, yeah, is a man either not trying or a man extremely exhausted because he ain't played football in 2 years, or a bit of both. But that's not him trying, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what Greenwood has, you don't lose, bro. You're seeing David Beckham now at 40 odd years old, still putting free kicks in the top corner, and he don't train every day. So if you think that Mason Greenwood for a second has lost even this much of the ability he had, you're an idiot. I'll be honest. There's nothing else to say. You do not lose talent. You do not lose it, bruv. Like, it looks like he's just pissing around. That's what it looks like.
It's very easy to just dismiss all of that, because if you're taking training as like gospel, then I don't know what to tell you. You would have thought Eden Hazard was a bum within like 2-3 days flat. Training is the reason why the likes of Mason Mount, Willian, Kai Havertz would get endless minutes at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Because you look good in training, but you can't show on the pitch. Don't judge Greenwood until you watch him play a game of football. Then you'll have a better idea of where he's at, where he needs to improve on, and all of that shit. Because all of that could have been 2 minutes of clips that just got clipped up together, and like have no correlations. Like the last hour and a half, like you said, he might not even been taking it that serious. Too many ifs, buts, and maybes. That's what it is. It's just an agenda.
No, that looked like he was in some random field that wasn't on no proper training ground. There weren't a proper goalkeeper in the goal. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what even was that? That just looked like a brother just fucking around. You know, like come on, bro.
He didn't look, even if he was being serious, like, brother's not been playing football for ages. Imagine he's a little bit washed as a result. Shock. Give him a bit more time.
But he's not, though. Like, I know he's
not. No, but like,
though.
that's worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario. Yeah, he needs to just sharpen up a little bit. Okay. Does that mean he's washed now? Like, no.
Yeah.
It's nothing that deep. Like, you're looking way too deep into training videos. Training doesn't show you the full story. People take the piss in training.
I wouldn't even call that training. I would see that as just a youth just having a kick about pissing around. That's what it looked like. Didn't even look like training to me. There was no real structure to what he was doing. They didn't look like training to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, one of just 2-3 people there. Like, not even an actual session.
Bruv, he could have been there with his brethrens. They weren't that good, you know them ones. So he weren't really trying to do the mad thing. You know what I mean? And he was just doing X, Y, Z. Do you know what I'm saying?
Whatever it is, like, even we're deeping it too much. Like, it's nothing.
It's nothing.
Absolutely,
you know
nothing.
What I mean? It's nothing. There's nothing to take from that video. Nothing whatsoever. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, bro. So at the end of the day, it is what it is.
If you look at training, Mason Mount the G.
Believe what you want to believe.
Conor Gallagher as well, another one. Looks brilliant in training.
If my man honestly thought, if man honestly thought that's what Greenwood was on, look at the amount of videos that you man see on Instagram with Rice and Mount and these guys, and they're slapping top bins. And then when it comes to games, they can't do it. Do you know what I mean? And you actually think, that's what Mason Greenwood looks like in training. It doesn't matter how long he hasn't played a match. It doesn't matter. Do you know what I'm saying?
Eden Hazard just completely dispels the myth. Training don't mean shit.
Bro, I ain't played a competitive game of football for 10 years, bro. Since 2013. That's when I played my last professional game, 2013. And if man's telling me he put me in a shooting drill right now that I'm skying everything over the bar, it's not happening, bro. And that was 10 years ago. So if you're trying to tell me that Mason Greenwood, one of the best talents that this country's produced in the last 15 years, if you're trying to tell me that he can have 2 years out of football, and I'm sure he's touched the ball in that time, yeah, and that's what
It's
he
been
looks
that
like.
long.
Bro, 2 years he ain't played.
No.
Do you know what I mean? If you think that that's him,
Crazy.
if you honestly think that that's him trying, yeah, then it says more about you than anything else. You know, like that. That's what it does. That's what it
Just
does.
way too early to tell. Like
Bro,
Eden Hazard, he was the type where he would be training with his shoelaces undone. In interviews, people would literally say he would never break a sweat in
same with
training.
Tevez. Tevez was the same, bro. He never tied his shoelaces at training. Do you know what I
Then
mean?
you get to the pitch, and then he's the best player on the squad.
Yeah, trust me.
It don't matter, man. It don't
Yeah,
matter.
and the thing is, when people talk about sharpness, yeah, striking a ball has got nothing to do with sharpness. Nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like nothing at all, bro. Like
Yeah, it's
this
just
is what it is. Striking a ball is striking a ball, bro. Like I'll be honest, if you can strike a ball, you can strike a ball. You look at David Beckham, like I just used an example, Robin Van Persie, Wayne Rooney, bro. Even if they're not fit, throw them a ball on the volley, they're slapping it, bro. Like, bro, that's got nothing to do with sharpness. Sharpness is your spatial awareness, bro. It's your spatial awareness. Like when you play a game, you're getting caught on the ball because you're not sharp. Maybe your first touch isn't there, but when it comes to actually striking a ball, yeah, your muscle memory and your biomechanics of actually striking a football, you do not lose that, bro. If you're a good striker of a ball, you'll always be a good striker of the ball. Like, that's it. Even if you can't do anything else, even when Rooney couldn't run no more and his legs were gone, when he was playing in midfield, he could still ping a 60-yarder, bro. And he could still ping a 60-yarder right now with his big belly and his great hair. Don't tell me that this guy forgot how to shoot, bro. It's impossible.
That's why you lot were able to bring Skulls out of retirement. He was
there
still
you go. Skulls,
right.
bruv, didn't even have a boot sponsor and just came in and started pinging, bro. Like, bruv, don't tell me a man that strikes the ball like Mason Greenwood forgot. You don't forget these things. And you know what? You can only have these conversations with people that have actually kicked a ball before. Because most of the people that have got opinions, yeah, on these things have never kicked a ball in their life, bruv. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what
but
it's
now
like.
they just see it and they see a couple.
Nah, they don't know shit, bro. You know what I mean? Because, bruv, these men don't know what it's like to be on your hands and knees or on your chest here, going underneath a car to get a football. Because these men don't play football outside normal. Do you know what I mean? These men play FIFA. And that's why I'm not on Twitter. You know, like that? Because men are on Twitter chatting shit. All these guys ain't even played football even for fun. The man can't do nothing. You know, like that. They can't do nothing. Bro, and this is what it is.
That's why Twitter, you just gotta drop your tweets and then just drop
and
off.
This is why I can't sit there, yeah. I can't sit there and do the stuff that the other channels do and be pandering to people for views and that, bro. If you don't know what you're talking about, I tell you, you don't know what you're fucking talking about. I don't care. You know, like that, because some of these opinions, they're stupid, blood. Do you know what I mean? They're actually stupid. You're trying to tell me, bro, you're trying to tell me, yeah, because you know what they say, like, was it 10,000 hours? You're trying to tell me someone like, for instance, Mason Greenwood, yeah, is that good at 19 years old because of all the hours he's put in striking a ball from the age of 3 years old. And then all of a sudden, he doesn't play professionally for 2 years and he forgets how to strike a ball. Are you sure? Are you sure? How does that make sense? How does that make sense? What, do you think Mike Tyson, yeah, because he hasn't had a fight in how long, Mike Tyson forgot how to throw a punch? Or do you think he can still throw one? Would you want to fight him now? What kind of shit does that make?
That's what I think is just clicks, because it don't make sense.
Bro, it's crazy. Bro, it's crazy, bro, to believe, yeah, that someone with that talent, yeah, can just lose it, bro. That doesn't make sense, bro. Like, even, like, at no point does that make sense, bro. That's fucking, it's absurd, bro. And this is why it's like, there's not enough characters on Twitter, yeah, to have discourse with people. That's why I only use it to troll people. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes,
I like YouTube because I can articulate myself in a way where I can get my point across. You can't do that on Twitter. Do you know what I mean? Twitter's just full of dumb little kids, bro.
Twitter, you just gotta say your opinion, and if you don't agree with me,
leave.
Fine.
That's it. You just gotta tweet and then log out. That's what I do. I say shit and then I leave, bro. Like, man, don't use it for conversations. You can't have conversations with these brain dead people.
That's where I've gone wrong with Twitter, because I get into hella debates where halfway into I'm like, why am I arguing with you? You're a fucking idiot. Like, I'm leaving this shit. Why do I always get dragged into it?
That's it. Backseat drive.
But it is paying off now. So
exactly. A man said his stamina. Well, exactly. And like I said, what was one of the first things I said? It could have been towards the end of the session where he was fucking tired and he just weren't trying no more. because I saw a couple of them shots. He kind of just dinked it into the goalkeeper's hand, and it just looked like he wasn't trying. He was probably blowing. The bro ain't played football for 2 years, and then on top of that, he's 21 years old, bro. Like, your fitness don't leave you like that at that age. If he was 34, 35,
that didn't even look like it was Carrington.
But it wasn't Carrington. That's what I'm saying. It looked like man was in a field. That could have all been his back garden, bruv.
There was no United gear,
There
nothing.
was nothing, bro. It all could have been his back garden. This is what I'm saying. That means nothing. And the fact that someone was filming it from behind, yeah, he didn't even know someone was filming. Do you know what I mean? He was with his dad and his friends pissing about. Well, there you go.
Might not have even been Greenwood, but you deep it.
Bruv, you couldn't even see his
might not
face.
have even been him.
It couldn't have been Greenwood, blood. You know what I mean? It could have been someone else. We don't even know if it was him. And this is what I mean. All this talk and all this discourse here and speculation over something that we'd have no context over. People want to make their own context, bro. And that's why, like, I think the whole thing's it's all silly, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's all silly. Like, a player of that ability, yeah, does not lose that. Does not lose that, bro. Because I've seen players fat, out of shape, all these other things. And you do not lose the ability to strike a ball as pure as that. Because there's not many players in world football, yeah, that strike the ball purely. And when you strike the ball purely, you carry that with you in life forever. Forever, bruv. You know,
hey,
like,
we'll see when he gets some game time. You guys are loaning him out, right? Or is there not?
No. He's not going on loan. I think he's staying, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying?
So
I think he's staying.
And
It'll be Hoyland, Martial, Greenwood. It'll be Hoyland, Greenwood, Martial. That'll be our front, our three strikers.
Yeah, with 2 games a week. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense.
And then that'll be it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And we'll be decent, bro. You know what I mean? And so now it's gonna be good, man. I can't lie. And also, yeah, you guys, the Roy Keane back at the club, bro. Money talks. You know them ones there. Money talks. Roy Keane unveiling the 3rd kit that just so happens to be in the Qatari colours and that. But the game is the game, innit? You know them ones there. It soon to be. Bruv, it just happens to be in the Qatari colours, innit? But then I don't know. Some people believe it's a coincidence. I don't. You know, like
so
that.
What? It's not black. It's not white and red. Then it's like
it's off red, like the purpley thing. Look at the tracksuits and everything. It's not red, like. It's actually.
I've only seen the shirt. Maybe it was just waking up or something. But
yeah, but it's brazy, bro. Like, I see the tracksuit bottoms, everything. It's in that off kind of burgundy reddish color. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It's not. I thought
it's a purplish red.
I told you, bruv. Listen, bro, stay woke. Stay woke. It's happening. You know that one. It's happening.
Saudi investment actually happening. Shit,
it's happening.
Gonna be rich.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna. It's probably. Let me see if I can say what I know, blood. Let me check my messages and see something. Just to make sure.
Just to make sure. Clean, to be fair. Do miss Adidas. Yeah,
man, just have to make sure that I'm not saying something I shouldn't say.
Bro, we got 9 players out for the Liverpool match.
Yeah, it's peak, bro. I can't even lie.
Fucking hell. And we got that dickhead Anthony Taylor reffing as well. Fuck's sakes.
Yeah,
well. It was never going to be easy, was it? Never going to be easy.
Yeah, obviously, from what I know, what I can say is I was told.
Oh, there's a Kane update.
A Kane is there? What's it saying?
From Ornstein, talks between Bayern Munich and Spurs for Kane continued on Monday night. As things stand, there remain a gap in their valuations. 30-year-old currently leaning towards staying at Tottenham.
Yeah, we knew that.
We
knew that, man. He's not going nowhere. He's going to sign a new deal, bruv. Man put out a video this morning saying that Kane's signing a new contract. It's happening. It's happening.
Whatever, innit?
It's happening.
Whatever, innit? If that guy resigns. Fine.
It's happening.
Wow.
Nah, trust me.
I heard he wants to stay for another year and he's keen on playing under Postecoglou.
Yeah, well, he's gonna stay, bruv. You know, like that. And guys, remember 92 foundation, yeah. Then all of a sudden, Roy Keane comes back to the club, blood, and we got Qatari colors, blood. Stay woke, fam. Stay woke. Keep your eyes peeled, fam. It's happening, fam. It's happening. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, bruv. From what I've been told, innit? It's not gonna be official for the next few months. It's probably gonna be closer to October, November time. And the reason why things are gone quiet, Let me not even paraphrase. Let me read exactly what I was told. Man
Yeah,
said,
guys, in the comments, I did see you as well. I'll keep quiet. You do your thing.
man said some exclusivity negotiations or something like that. So it's been quiet in it. So the negotiations have just been like there's NDAs and shit like that. So people can't say nothing, but it's creeping up to like that 6 billion mark. I think is gonna do it. So that's what we were hearing. It was $1 billion each per $1 billion per family member or some bullshit like that. So it's looking around November time. Do you know what I mean? But the Qatari colours, you get me? The Qatari colours are, and then Roy Keane coming back. I mean, bruv, I mean, it's almost too good to be true, mate. And the share price, whoa, someone said the share prices went up nearly 15% as well. Yeah, stuff's happening. It's
You
happening.
lot are going to be cracked in like 3 years. I
It's
swear.
happening. It's happening. We're going to be, bruv,
Old Trafford's finally going to get renovated and everything.
Yeah, bro. What? Roy Keane just comes back out of all these years. Roy Keane, it had nothing to do with the club, was beefing Sir Alex Ferguson, and now all of a sudden Roy Keane's doing adverts, yeah?
All over the Glazers, innit?
Yeah, exactly. And
fucking hell. Oh shit. I didn't put that together. I didn't put that together.
Roy Keane hates the Glazers. They're gone, blood. Do you know what I mean? Don't think that this money ain't coming from the Qataris as well. This ain't Glazer money because Man United don't move like this, bro. We've been moving too like 30 in this window. Do you know what I mean? So it's all watch. Listen, the Qataris are going to bring the man back
we
together.
need to step up the next few years, bro. Vision 2030 needs to come.
That's it, bro. So what? Man think that the Qatari colours in the away kit was a coincidence. A lot of people didn't even deep it. A lot of people didn't see it.
I thought that was white and red, so just standard away colours.
Bro.
Little burgundy. I see it now.
Man United have had black kits for how many years? Do you know what I mean? And then they have the little random mad color and stuff like that. Look at the kit, bro. Man got the Qatari colors, blood. And man, them are just like sleeping on it, bro. Listen, we're about to be rich, fam. We're about to be real rich, fam. It's gonna be sensational. I can't lie. I'm looking forward to it. You get me?
You guys finally making out the hood. Fuck.
That's it. Man said
at least you managed to bin you off Mount before that. Sorry, go on.
It's all right. A compromise in the region of 35 M's could see Harry Maguire to West Ham. 2 clubs not far off the term price point. They might want McDominay as well, blood. Man said what? 65 million. You can have McDominay as well, blood. You know, like that. So yeah, man are trying to get rid of both of them.
Yeah, they wanted Conor Gallagher off us too, but we wanted too much, apparently. Which, fair enough, but whatever. Good thing Maguire's their problem instead of ours, because those links were fucking frightening for the 2 weeks that we had them. But yeah, I think actually, is Maguire keen on the move to West Ham?
Bro, I just think he wants to play, bro, and he's not going to play at Man United. He's been disrespected. My man's got the armband taken away from him and been relegated to like 5th choice centre back. Like, he's not going to want to stay in it. Like, his ego's hurt, his pride's hurt. So,
swear fans are booing him again.
Yeah, bro, they've been booing him for years, bro. Like, Harry Maguire been getting booed, fam. He been getting booed. Like, Maguire's getting treated as bad as any player I've ever seen. Like even Dan James weren't getting treated like this. You know that?
I don't think I've seen the top player get clowned the way he gets clowned.
He's getting cooked, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, listen, it's a mad thing. I'll be real. It's an absolute mad thing. He's gone, fam. It's just about
you gotta leave your own good.
It's a wage thing with Harry Maguire.
How much is he on?
Like one something. I think like 180 or some shit like
that. It could be worse. Could be worse.
It could be worse.
He's not
on 200 anyway. Nah, he's not on 200. He's on the same contract he came in on.
Yeah, at West Ham though, that'll make him one of the highest earners at the club.
Yeah. They'll have to.
You kind of get the difference.
And that's it. He said, "Are you happy with 100 million on Caicedo and 20 on Adams when Nkuku's injured?"
Yep, both are necessary transfers. A 10 was necessary anyway, and the idea was that we were going to get both of them, and we were going to get a 10 too. So when it comes to the money situation, I don't mind. We've gotten how much from clearing out players, still got TV money. Like, yeah, got no problems with it. That is fine by me. I don't think Caicedo's going to be 100 million anyway. I think we get him for 90.
Yeah, it'll just be an add-on thing.
Yeah, maybe add-ons, but make them some stupid Arsenal add-ons, like put a Ballon d'Or clause or something.
Yeah.
I don't care.
No, 100%.
I don't think it'll be 100. At the most, I feel like we overpaid a little bit on Sanchez, so it looks a bit better with both transfers. Like, let's say an extra 10 million there, so we can give you 90 million for Caicedo, and you've still got your 100 million just in 2 transfers.
No, 100. No, you're right. Man said that late Kane United bid in August. You know what it is, yeah? We don't need Harry Kane, blood. Like, as much as that sounds mad, yeah, it's like we don't need him for what the manager's trying to do. I don't think we want Harry Kane. So yeah, I don't think Man United will bid for Harry Kane. I don't think we will. I think Amrabat, we've been linked with Goretzka as well. If we were, for argument's sake, to go and get Amrabat, get Goretzka, yeah, and then also that centre half that we've been linked with, I watched a couple videos of him still. He's decent. I can't lie.
Who?
I can't lie. What's it? Tadibo or something, his name is, or whatever. The bro that plays in France. Like, I watched a few videos.
You guys linked with him?
Yeah, apparently, bro, he looks decent. I can't even lie, bro.
Never heard of the kid. But
Fair
enough, he looks good.
He looks decent. Like, I can't lie. I won't even lie, bruv. Do you know what I mean? I know we
So
were
is he going to be the Maguire replacement?
Maybe, bro. He looks decent. Do you know what I'm saying? And the one thing I would say, yeah, we got linked with Kim Min-jae, and I think Kim Min-jae is trash, innit? Like, I never rated him, bruv. He just looks like another Harry Maguire to me. So this guy is a lot better than Kim, yeah, on the eye for me. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, if we were to go and get him, I wouldn't be upset because he looks like he's got potential to be a top player, innit? So I would take him 1,000,000%. And also, if he is a target for the team, I think he's so good on the ball that he would suit what the manager's trying to do, and legit Varane would be in trouble. He would be in trouble, like, long term for sure, because he's so much better on the ball.
That's a very good competition. I saw that is very, very good competition.
Yeah,
that's what you need.
So I think, yeah, another athletic, good on the ball player. Like, that's what the manager's trying to do, innit? Do you know what I mean? If we get him, we get Goretzka, and we get Amrabat. And I don't want Goretzka, by the way. However, that's the kind of profile that the manager's going for. And I've just told myself I'm going to back the manager and see what it does, innit? Like, and if we end up getting Goretzka, then so be it, man. Like, you get me? But I don't want him though. Super chat says, Lewis, window closed or not, do you think we're better than Man United this season?
It depends on the window though, but I'd say maybe. It's too early to tell. Like, Chelsea are capable of it.
What, you've had a better window, or you're actually better than us as a football team right now?
I think he's talking about where we're going to finish this season and everything.
Okay.
Like, the team's capable of it, but there's too many question marks to just straight up say they can do it. We don't know what their level is going to be like. A lot of them's having their first Premier League season at Chelsea. I can't answer that. Like, I haven't even seen them play one Premier League match. You've seen them play Premier League opposition, but both are in pre-season and both are getting up to speed. I can't tell you right now. But it's not like one team is going to blitz the other. Either side could do it. Either side could be better.
But I'll be honest. We're gonna beat you home and away. You know, I'm not trying to hear no Chelsea shit. I'll be real.
You think home and away?
Bruv, home and away, blood. Al Stewart and that, bruv. Listen.
Hey, we will see, bro. I'll back Chelsea as well, innit? I'll back Chelsea as well.
Bro, I'll be real. I don't rate you, man, like that. You know what I mean? I don't rate
Where
you
specifically,
like that.
Or is it the team as a whole?
The whole team. You got a gel. Like, you've got a gel. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got no midfield. Like, and you got no defense. And you got no attack.
As it stands right now, the midfield's a bit iffy, yeah.
Yeah, and you got no defense either.
The attack, I'll be real, it's already better than we had last season. I'll put my money down on the attack.
No defense, bruv. Like, when you deep it,
no, defense. Oh, the left-hand side is a fucking chasm. But everything else I back. Bro, it's just the left hand. We got two bums at left back that I need to see more from.
You've got nothing. Like,
but this is why I can't say too much. I think there's a capability, but there's too many ifs right now to say that. I can't just go there and say Chelsea 100% we're finishing above United. We still got a lot of things to sort out. We need Caicedo in. We need a 10 in. I need a left back to stand up and be counted for because none of them are doing it right now. So, yeah, too many ifs. But I still don't think Man United washed Chelsea like that. I don't think it's that easy.
Man saying they got better defense than us, bro. You finished 12th last season, yeah? We had one of the best defensive records in the league. What are you talking about? And then on top of that,
I would say until the last 3 games of the season, I think our defense was still better than yours. It was just they all went to the beach in the last week and they conceded like 7.
You've lost defenders and you were still getting fists up, bro. You finished 12th, innit? So it's one of them ones.
Yeah, but they were mostly like 1 or 2-0 games, and I still put that down to the midfield and the attack. The defense was the one thing I wasn't going for last season.
I hear that, but you might still lost, innit? Like it's one of them ones where the bottom line is, like you've got Thiago that's another year older. You're relying on a kid to come through and carry your defense. Nah, bro.
Colwell.
Yeah, bro. We got Lissandro Martinez and Varane. You've got Colwell, bro. Respectfully, yeah. Like it's not even a conversation that needs to be had.
Too early to tell with him. But Badiashile and Thiago Silva. I'll back Badiashile and Thiago Silva. That is a solid.
I hear that. Yeah, it's all right. It's not better than ours, though. Do you know what I mean? So it's just one of the things where
I think is debatable.
It's not though.
I think it's debatable.
It's not debatable. Thiago Silva is 50 years old, bruv. Like, as good as he is,
one of the best in the league.
Yeah, one of the best, but he's not better than any of my centre backs, bruv. He's not. Do you know what I'm saying?
As a defender, I'd say he is.
Bruv, he's old, fam. That's all that matters, isn't it? Like, he's not that guy no more.
Timeless.
I'm not talking about his. I'm not talking about his. I'm not talking about his FIFA card. I'm not talking about his FIFA card. I'm talking about real life. He's an old man, innit? So yeah, but it's one of them ones. People saying that Silva's better. Saying Silva's better than my centre backs, yeah, is basically off his heritage, blood. This is not the History Channel.
No,
blood.
It's off watching him. It's off watching him. No, the quality is still there.
Yeah, bro.
You're thinking 38's like Ronaldo.
We will see this season, innit? You reckon the quality's still there, bruv? Listen, by January, he's not starting for you.
Hey, we'll see. I've heard that every year.
By January, this man's not starting for you.
People were saying that this season, this pre-season already. They were like, "Oh, Thiago Silva, this is the year we phase him out." 3 games in, he's our best centre back again. It's like
by January, he won't be your starting centre back. The guy is old. He's not as good as he was, and you will see this season, bruv. You will see. Do you know what I'm saying?
We will see, because right now the only thing I think he doesn't have in his game is aerial threat. Other than that, I think he's got everything still to a world-class standard.
We'll see. We'll see, innit? You know the ones there. Like the bottom line is, yeah, when I look at your team, yeah, your team is a team that is gonna be learning to play together and has massive holes in every department, in the attacking department, in the midfield department, and the defensive department. Your team that's still getting to know yourselves, and you're gonna have a lot of teething problems along the way. So, do you know what I mean? To look at Chelsea as Chelsea that finished 12th here as a threat for my team here that finished 3rd, it wouldn't make no sense to me.
But like, don't you think 1 game a week helps?
Of course it helps, but you still need to earn. You need to earn respect from me.
But that's it.
You need to earn it because you ain't done shit.
You need to see it. You need to see it. That I understand.
You need to earn it right now. No, 100%. But based off what I've seen, for a man to turn around and say, "Oh yeah, Chelsea are gonna do this to Man United," it's like, yeah, based off what, bruv? Do you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It's a maybe right now. That was my whole thing from the start. I can't just say we're gonna wash United, but the capability is there. Like you said, though, I need to see it. Same way you need to see it.
100%. Like based off what? And that's what it is. I big up my man for the super chat. He said, Lewis, who would you take at Chelsea, Kane or Neymar? Also advice for an aspiring journalist like myself since I'm going to college.
In terms of advice, like I'd say UCFB is a good university if you want to head to for journalism. They've got unbelievable networking, but yeah, that would be the only real tip I could give you. Network, get to know people, get to know as many people as you can. That would be your best asset. But in terms of Kane or Neymar, can't lie, I feel like I'm leaning towards Kane more just because he's going to give me more output. Like the center forward profile of Kane's quality would be go for it. It would be brazy for us. That would be Nicholas Jackson on steroids. So yeah, get me Harry Kane. Big up to Neymar, absolute fucking baller. I am not going to be picky about the pair of them, but if you put a gun to my head, I'm taking Harry Kane. I'm taking Harry Kane immediately. It'll make the whole team better. Get me 30 goals a season. We're contending for the league title. Just like that. Plus, it's a little L for Tottenham, so they can hold that. What was the other super chat? We finished 12 shipless goals. You have the better manager, lol. This Man U hype will be slapped down soon. Big up. We'll see in the next few months, because I understand his argument. His argument is we haven't seen enough of Chelsea to say that they could do something like that. Cool. I agree. There's also holes. Pause. The whole left-hand side, I told you, I don't rate either of our left-backs. The midfield, we need Caicedo in. We need a 10 in. Like, there is areas that we need to strengthen, but I believe we are going to strengthen those areas, and then we'll just see how it works. We'll see how it works after that. Right now, we're speculating way too much. Way too much. But, yeah. Fuck, I've been left here by myself now. Shit. So, yeah, guys, just hit the like button and sub. If you guys got any other questions in that, you might as well run them through, because I don't know how long I'm going to be left here for. But, yeah. Only loser figures going from... When have I ever said we're finishing first? When have I ever said that? You think I'm even looking at Man City in first place? Come on, I am not that delusional. I want top 4 and I want the cups if we don't buck City. Let alone fucking thinking about first place. I'm good. I'm good. Are you back?
Yeah. I'm here.
Yeah, no worries. There was one other super chat I think you missed.
1 second. Yeah, man. Someone said that we finished 12. Ship less goals. Have a better manager. Okay. This Man United hype will be slapped down soon, bruv. Man United, yeah. Man United conceded 7 goals in one game, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, look statistically, yeah, Man United held some heavy defeats. That's why our goals conceded looks like that. We conceded like 4 to Brentford, like 7 to Liverpool, and something like that, bruv. Your defense ain't better than ours, bro. Like, it's not.
But then that's like ifs. If I take away the last 3 games of the season, we have the 3rd best defense in the league.
Oh, and who had the most clean sheets in the league? Was it not us?
Yeah, to be fair. Fair point.
Well then. So what are you talking about?
Both ways.
So what are you talking about? We conceded less goals than you. We got more clean sheets than you. A clean sheet is not conceding a goal. What are you talking about?
It's still ifs and buts. There's context for both sides. That's why I said the defense was being let down by the midfield and the attack. All of last season, I was saying the last place I'm going to criticize is the defense. They were being let down.
I hear that. Your defense was the only thing that was keeping you lot honest. Do you know what I'm saying?
But that's why we're only losing by 1 or 2 goals, because like the defense can only hold everything together for so long when nothing else is working.
100%.
Eventually, you concede 1 freak goal or a Kepa long shot or 1 defensive mistake, and then you lose the game because the attack is not coming to save you. That doesn't mean the defense is bad. It's just too much pressure.
100%.
The fact is, both have good defense. Both have good defense.
No, 100%. Man saying it wasn't the defense, it was the midfield, yeah. And bro, I'm sure there were times where you're playing a 3 at the back as well, and still losing games, blood. So is what it is, innit? The defense, yeah, cool. The midfield, but the midfield issue, yeah, you still haven't remedied that. Do you know what I'm saying? You brought in what's his name?
We just expect it to be, but it's not there yet. So
yeah, that's what I mean. Caicedo's not announced. I think you will get him, but even when you get Caicedo, you still need another midfielder on top of that too. Like, I mean, you had Nkunku, now he's injured.
Right now, we're trying to get 3.
There you go.
Caicedo alternative, and then we're going for a 10. So
exactly. So you need a lot. You've got a lot to do before man can start talking about Man United, man. You know, like that. Nah. Like, why about yourself, blood? Like, man finished 12th, fam.
That's why my energy is just focused on 2 things. Domestic cup, get me top 4. I don't care who we finish above. I want top 4 and I want the cups. It could be you guys, could be Newcastle, could be Arsenal. I will judge that when the window is done. As of right now, I know where my targets are. That is it. I'm not looking towards finishing first or finishing above any club specifically. I need to be above 15 or 16 other teams by the end of the season. That is it. That is
Yeah,
it.
100%.
Get us back to where we should be. Then, once we're there, I can look even higher and say, cool, now I want to contend for the league title. I'm not talking about no title race until we get back in the top 4. That's crazy. Even with 1 game a week, fuck that. Like, that's just setting yourself up for disappointment.
No, 100%. That's what I mean. So, like, trust me, big up Lewis for keeping it 100. You Chelsea man in the chat getting upset, bruv. Relax. You know, like that. Yeah, I mean, you lot smash up the like as well, man. We got fucking, what, over 1.1k in here. We ain't even got 500 likes yet. So, do you know what I mean? Pattern up, man. Get that ratio up. Do you know what I mean? Now, I rate the Chelsea fans for backing their team, but you got to understand, yeah, that there's steps to these things. Do you know what I mean? You don't just go from being 12th here, not having addressed the problems that you still had last season, and you're talking about Man United. Like, you need to relax.
It's the dreaded word, process.
Yeah, that's it. You need to relax. You know, like that. No, because you've had a good preseason and that. I hear that. But
my only thing with the process is you need to progress with it. Like, no backward steps and everything. I don't mind backing the process, but we need top 4 first. Then we need to contend for the title. Then we need to win the title. And it has to go in that order. No backward steps. Any backward steps, I'm questioning you. If not, fine. Like, I get it. Football isn't just cut and dry like you can finish 10th and go straight back to first again. No, don't work like that. So, get me back into the top 4. Get me a cup because I need the team to get an idea of what it's like to win, and we'll work from there.
No, 100%. A man said, "No, you won't talk about the fullbacks because, bro, we don't need to talk about the fullbacks. We don't need to because a defense is a unit. A defense is a unit, bruv. My team had,
and if we're going to talk about fullbacks, the left-hand side for us, the right-hand side are back against anybody in the league, straight up. James and Gusto is nutty. The left-hand side,
if James can stay fit, do you know what I'm saying?
But James now, he don't even have to play 60 minutes a game now. I'm hooking him off at the 60-minute mark every single game now.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing on Gusto. So he's got no excuse now. He has to be staying fit. The left-hand side, we got one guy who can't defend and one guy who can't attack. So it's like, shit. What are we doing?
But this is what I'm saying. So it's one of them things where man's talking about fullbacks and that, bro. You got to understand, as a unit, yeah, Chelsea are going through something that we're not going through, bruv. Relax. You know them ones. Like, you're going to have pretty much a brand new starting 11 by the time the season starts. And you think that everyone's just going to click and gel and you're going to smoke everyone. No, you're going to lose games that you don't expect to lose. This is what a settling in period looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I know that Chelsea fans have never been through this before because usually you've had loads of money and you've just added good players to already good players to already good players, but you're not in that phase no more. You're in a completely different phase where you're building from the ground up again. You're not, I wouldn't say you're in your Tottenham phase where Tottenham are right now, but it's very similar. Like, you've got a new manager, a new way of playing. You're bringing in, even your transfer policy is different to how it was before. You're not bringing in ready-made players anymore. So because of that, understand it's going to take time, bruv. Like, you, man, have still got the same ego of the teams that were getting into Champions League finals. You're not even in Europe. Like, you need to chill. Like, do you know what I mean?
That's why I'm just saying, top 4, get me a domestic cup. As long as we don't buck City, I'm happy. That's all I need for next season. Like, there will be ups and downs. I do think Chelsea fans have been through this before. It's just we don't really have the world-class players to carry you through those bad periods. Like, we had the Sarri era where we had to go back to a different style of play, but Eden Hazard will just drag you through a game. We've had the Frank Lampard era where we've relied on the youth, but we've had a fuck ton of experience in there as well. Now we don't necessarily have that experience. We've been through this before, but like, this is to a much bigger extent than I think even I've experienced personally. Top 4, that's it. Just get us back into Europe. That's the final. That's it. We shouldn't be looking higher than that.
This is
unless
it.
we do a madness.
Chelsea, your target is top 4. 100%. 100% your target's top 4. And even then, I think that's a step too far for you, look.
Well, no. I was going to say, I have heard Enzo and Poch talking about winning the league, but I also think as a player at the top level, You kind
You
of
have
have
to
to have
say
that
that.
belief in
You
yourself.
have to
Yeah.
say that anyway. They're
When
playing
you're a
to win the
fan, you
league.
can look from the outside in and be like, no, we're not winning the league. I understand it. Believe in your source like that, but no. Like that's something for me to think maybe next year or something. As
Yeah,
of right
top four
now,
should
top
be
4.
achievable, but bruv, like you have to look at what they're up against. They're up against teams that are further ahead in their timeline than them. Do you know what I mean? So saying top 4 should be achievable, yeah, cool. But you've got Arsenal, Man City, Man United, Liverpool, and Newcastle, yeah, that are more settled teams than you. They've signed less players. They need to sign less players because they already had more of a core. Chelsea pretty much got a whole new team, bruv. Whole new team. Do you know what I mean? So we don't know where they're gonna finish. We don't know. We
But
do
that's
not
why I'm
know.
saying that's why top 4 must be done. It's not really a potch out if he doesn't do it because I can respect the competition.
Yeah,
You
facts.
guys will be competing. Arsenal will be competing. Liverpool, Newcastle. People are talking about Aston Villa and Brighton and the likes. Like the league has got so much more competitive over the last 2 to 3 years. Top 4 isn't just as cut and dry like that. You have to compete. We need to be in the race for top 4 by the last 2 games of the season as a bare minimum. That's the only way I could potentially accept us not making top 4 at the end of the season. If it's a case where we've pushed everybody as far as we can, and there's just been a couple teams better than us, Poch shouldn't be getting sacked over that shit, and he probably won't. But it's competitive like that. Poch could do a fucking madness, and we could be one of the teams that's a shoo-in for top 4. We could be
100%.
scraping it. I
100%
can't
he
tell you
could.
for sure, though. I
He
can't
could.
tell you that as a
And
fact.
people are saying Chelsea play without pressure for Europe. Cool. But the thing is, when you're a team, yeah, that want to gel, yeah, you need games, bruv. The more you play together, the more you get used to playing with each other. When you have less games, yeah, to play, it means you don't have time to try things. Every game means
Less
something.
rotation, though, too.
It is less rotation, but again, you still can't control injuries. As much as you say less rotation, and Cuckoo bust his leg 16 weeks out. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can't legislate for that. So as much as there is less rotation, yes, but also there's
That
less
was me
minutes.
going to say less injuries, but
But
that's
that's it.
typical Chelsea, innit?
But that's it. And for Fafana's out as well. So as much as man say, oh, less rotation and that, yeah, that's cool in theory. Less rotation means less time to play together, less time to gel, less time to take risks and try things. Because if you've got an idea, you can say, oh, you know what? Let me just try this in the League Cup. Do you know what I mean? Because if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If you try in the Prem and you drop points, you get me? Like, you don't have any throwaway games, really. Like, not really. Do you see what I mean? So when man say less games not being in Europe, it's not a crazy
The
amount
only
less.
real throwaway games you have is the cups, and you can't be treating the cups like that. So,
Precisely,
yeah,
because you're not going to win the league.
nothing. The fact is, I think really and truly, none of us have a clue what to expect from Chelsea.
No one does.
And you're either over speculating or you're under speculating. You just got to have a target and just stick to it. Top 4 domestic cups. Don't talk to me about anything else until I have a better idea of Chelsea. So then I can at least, maybe I can speak with a bit more chest. Maybe I'd be like, yeah, we're definitely getting top 4. We're smoking you, man. Simple as. Or, nah, it's not that season from us. I can't tell you. But I'm a lot more confident in my Chelsea squad than I was at any point last season. Even the start, when Potter joined, when we were winning under him, no. Like, I feel way more confident in this Chelsea squad than I ever felt in the last 18 months or so. Hopefully that means something. I can't tell you if it does yet. I need a couple games for that.
No, 100%. I mean, guys, get them lights up. 600, man. Smash them. We're on 520, 522 or some bullshit like that. Let's get up to 600 people. Smash up the like button. Lewis, what you got coming up, my bro?
Literally as soon as we finish this stream, I'm going live on my channel. I think Dave set it so that it's
we're gonna redirect everyone here
guys
to your show. That's right, yeah.
So don't go anywhere, people. We're going live immediately. So keep a lookout for that. And Rants, Dave, big up and love for the redirect and the love, guys.
Yeah, no problem. So you lot, make sure you follow Lewis's channel. We're gonna redirect you over there for his stream, and then I'm gonna catch you guys back later. I got Red Talk at 6:30 with Flawless and Aaron, people. So make sure when you head over to Lewis's channel, make sure you subscribe, people. Big up.